Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm still playing Arkham Horror. I'm using the Dunwich Horror expansion and the King in Yellow expansion. Before I start playing, I just want to say you might want to try to take a look on BGG on part 6 of this video series, and you'll find there a session report written by Robert, which is just amazing. I mean, it's really in a novel style, and it reads absolutely awesome. He's following my game here, and yeah, he's done a great job. Thank you for that. So the situation here is now, it's really getting interesting now, because a long time I was very skeptical if I had any chance in this game, but it's getting, actually, it looks better after all. We already sealed now 3 gates, one here, Gardener's Place, another one here in the Independence Square, and finally one here at the Unnameable. And Minty Pan is already in the in another world, another time, and she might be able to seal the gate also pretty soon. And that would be the 4th then, and remember, if we manage to seal 6 gates, we've won the game. The greatest danger still comes from this second act card, which says if we draw a weather mythos, here we go, then we have to draw the next act, and that would mean that the game is lost. But now we've got some defense weapon against this. Carolyn Fern, she found the arcane inside, and that actually might allow her to take a look at the top mystery cards, top mythos cards, and to rearrange them in a way she wants to. The only problem is this thing has a casting modifier of -4, so it's pretty tough. But for every tomb you have, you get a +1 bonus. The problem is just right now she doesn't have any. So now let's start here with the upkeep phase. It's first Daryl Simmons, and let me see, where is this guy? Oh yeah, he's in the asylum. He's gone mad, so let me see what he might do. Okay, Daryl Simmons just moved this slider here a little more on the will side, and then it stacks the Drake in the upkeep phase. And what he's gonna do, he will lure a monster. He will lure the... yeah, that's the question now. I think he will lure the this guy here, the Deep One hybrid, because if he's activated, he will surely go into this vortex. I think he will lure this Deep One hybrid into the Arkham Asylum. So he now has to pay 1 sanity, And he uses again the crystal of the Elder Things to do this. And then this thing has to be discarded. And then he can roll, well, he's got a casting modifier of -1, 5 lore value, and the tome +1 to spell checks. So he can roll 5 dice to do this. And yeah, that's a success. And now the Deep One hybrid is lured into Arkham Asylum. But because we have a monster limit of 7, and there are actually 7 monsters on the board, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this guy now simply has to go to the outskirts. So I think we got rid of this in a quite an elegant way. Oh, by the way, I have to remember that. I played that rule with the outskirts. I did that wrong. I made a mistake there during my last video. Because you don't place all the monsters in the outskirts, then check if the outskirts limit is surpassed, and then remove them again. You just do this one by one. So according to the rules, I have to place one more monster in the outskirts. I will simply draw one from the cup. That's a wraith. So now there are 2 monsters here in the outskirts. And then, yeah, I think, yeah, that's here. We got now Minty Pan. Oh, I forgot. He gets 2 bucks because of his retainer. So he now has 11. And we have to roll if he's allowed to keep it. Yes, he is. He had to give it away on a roll of 1. And then it's her, Minty Pan, and she also has to roll if she's allowed to give away her curse. And she isn't, that's a 4. Okay. And now it's Carolyn Fern. And that will be interesting too, because she is... Let me see what she's doing. Well, she's trying to do this arcane insight. So there is a casting modifier of -4. And she's got a lore value of 5. So she only has 1 die, but she's got 7 clue tokens. So she might consider to spend 2 of them to roll a success. And we have to remember, if I draw the wrong Mythos card, the game is over right away. So it could be very... it might be very important to get some control here. So the first roll is a 3. And then she spends 1 clue token, and that allows her to roll again. Oh, come on, another 3. And now it's the second clue token. Ah, that's a 4. Okay. I won't spend another clue token because I need 5 clue tokens to seal a gate. So I won't risk that. I really hope I don't regret this decision, but I have to risk something here. Okay, and then, yeah, that's her. Okay, so that was the upkeep phase. And by the way, this thing has a sanity cost of 1, but she has this ability to restore her sanity in the upkeep phase. So she doesn't have to pay. Okay, and then we have the movement phase, and Daryl Simmons will start here. And he actually, he's tried to gonna fight some of these monsters. So he moves now here, 1 and then 2. So he moves right into the merchant districts, trying to attack these 2 monsters. Let me see. Oh shit, this thing has a physical immunity. I didn't see that, so he won't do it. I think that's not a good idea then. I'm not sure what to do with this guy. I think he will simply move here to the Independence Square and collect this clue token. And it's Dexter Drake. And well, I think he will move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He moves to the Miskatonic University streets, and the idea is to give Carolyn Fern some tomes. Then we got Minty Pan, and she's in another time, so she simply moves here. And finally it's Carolyn Fern, and she moves from the Science Building, also in the Miskatonic streets. And now these 2 might exchange items. Well, actually, I think I give the vision quest to him. The dusty manuscripts, they go to her to help her with the arcane insight. And let me see, what else do we have? Well, maybe even the understudies script. That's another tome. Okay, so that was the movement phase, and now we come to the encounter phase. And we start with Daryl Simmons on the Independence Square. So let's see. You see someone battling a monster and rush to help. A monster appears. Well, actually this won't happen as far as I know, because this is now sealed. And I think I can ignore this card, but I gotta check this. Yeah, that's actually true. This place is now safe, so no monster will appear. Dexter Drake is on a street, so he won't have an encounter. And Carolyn Fern too. So we come to the Otherworld encounter phase, and here we have Minty Pan, and she has to draw an encounter in the Otherworld, and this is from the King in Yellow expansion. Oops. and that is actually, let me see, a red one. Yeah, that's good. So it says a vortex sweeps you off your feet and into oblivion. Pass a 5+0 check or you are lost in space and time. Well, actually it's time and space, but okay. Well, that's bad because that's bad. Okay, I have to, yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm still cursed, that's my problem. So I need a 6. I only have a fight value of 1. I'm really not lucky, but wait a minute. This actually says I gain +1 on that check. So I think I can roll 2 dice. World ain't big enough for us. If you or your partner is in another world location, either of you may exhaust this card before making a check to gain +1 on that check. Okay, so oh my god, what a bad roll. Okay, so she's lost in time and space. And she's delayed. So she's got to try that again. Okay, and now we have to draw another Mythos card. And I don't know if you've seen that. By accident, I took the wrong card here from this pile of the King in Yellow. And I saw that it said the next act begins. And I don't know what's underneath here. So my house rule is from a 1 to 4, I draw from this, a 5 or 6 is the other one. That's painful actually. So now if I roll a 5 or 6, game over. That's really sad, but it's not done yet. So let's hope for the best now. And it's a 1. Man, we were lucky here. Okay, so let's draw from the standard deck. And yeah, let's see. This is from the Dunwich Horror expansion, and this is a, well, it's no weather environment. These would be gate bursts in the exotic order of the dragon, but the esoteric order of the Dagon, which is not on the board, or the woods, but there is already a gate in the woods. So we have another monster search there. Okay, so now we have to place 4 monsters on the board. And there is now this rule, and there were some discussions about how this really works. I used to play it in a way that I draw the monsters and then place them after I've seen them. I decide where to place the different monsters. there was now written in a post that you have to say where you will place the monster, then you draw it from the cup and you have to place it there. But I'm not sure if this is true actually. Because in the rules it's written if there are if there are more monsters than the monster limit on the board allows, then you have to tell on which gate you will place the monsters and on which gate not, and you have to do this before you draw. So I think this before you draw kind of means that you are allowed to take a look at the monsters and then place them after drawing, but you have to decide where you want to place any monster before you draw. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about, but maybe some of you do, and maybe some of you can help me to get this straight somehow. Anyway, there are now 3 open gates. I have to draw 4 monsters, so I will place 1 monster there. And I will place the other 4 monsters, or the other 3 monsters will be placed here in these gates, and actually it doesn't matter exactly where, because there is this monster limit in Arkham, so I can place the others in the outskirts. Yeah, so let's start. I have to draw 4 monsters now. So that is number 1, a Lang spider. And I think I will place that somewhere here on the board, so this goes in the outskirts. It's a pretty tough one. The second one will be a maniac. The problem with this guy is he has this moon, so he might be activated quite often. Still, he's not very strong, so it might be a good idea to... Yeah, I think I will place him here. And then there are 2 more. The next one is this thing here, which looks quite terrible. The... what? Knopke. And that goes also to the outskirts. And now... yeah, that's a question now. Now there would be monster number 5. And I think I place number 5 in the outskirts and then remove the rest. Or do I have to remove them all now and then place the 5th one in the outskirts? This thing is quite confusing actually. So I will draw number 5 now. And this now exceeds the limit of the outskirts, because this is at 4. And this is a Hound of Tindalos. And I place it here. Now we got 5. The outskirts limit is exceeded. I remove I remove all the monsters, and the terror level goes up. And now I have to remove one of these allies. So I hope I did this right. I'm not sure. It's a little... I don't know. There's really... the devil is here in the detail actually. Okay, and then we got the movement. And we have to activate this thing, the formless spawn. And that moves, that follows the white arrow, which is good, because that opens me the way to this gate here. And then we have that thing here. This would be the Night Gaunt. But there is still the spawn of Yog-Sothoth. Let me see what that says. No, this is not. No, there was an environment card which said that flying monsters don't move in the sky. But this is not the case anymore. So this guy moves into the sky. And let's go on. We have a star and a triangle. But I think we don't have this in the game. But this thing is activated, actually. And that's bad, because the ghoul goes now into the vortex. Ah, that was bad luck. Okay, so now the second Dunwich Horror marker is placed up here. So from now on we have to be careful. We don't want a third one here. And then we have a clue at the Historical Society. Down there. And strange sleep disorder baffles doctors. All investigators who have a madness card or whose sanity is currently 2 or less must move immediately to the first area of the Dreamlands. You're kidding me. Oh man. That's strange. Phew. Okay, well, this is definitely Daryl Simmons. It's also Carolyn Fern, because she just has a sanity of 1. And then it's, yeah, that's it. These two actually. I'm not absolutely sure how to get out of the Dreamlands now. I think somehow it's possible through Lost in Time and Space, because there is no open gate which leads to the Dreamlands. But I will check this. Okay, I was right here. That's really bad, because we have to go through this area here, the Dreamlands. And then we have to go to the Lost in Time and Space. So that will all cost us some time. That's pretty bad, especially because Carolyn Fern would have been ready to close another gate. Oh man, that wasn't really a lucky turn. Minty Pan wasn't able to close the gate, and she was also thrown back somehow. But anyway, let's go on. Let's try the next turn. It's Dexter Drake now. And he will again try to lure a monster. So, he's got to pay 1 sanity. And he's got a 5 lore. And that is a -1 modifier. So he rolls 4 dice. And this time he wasn't successful. That's bad. It's not too bad actually. And then we can roll for the retainer, and he's allowed to keep that, and he gains $2 more. And then it's Minty Pan, and she can roll for the curse. Oh man, that's a 3. And now it's Carolyn Fern, and it's getting interesting now, because she can now use this arcane insight, and now she has a good chance to do this. First he will restore her sanity by 1 with the psychology ability, and then she will pay this for the spell. And there is a casting modifier of -4, but for every tomb she has, she can add +1. So right now she has 1, these understudy scripts, and the dusty manuscripts. So that would be 2, and then this thing in addition gives her +1 to spell checks. So she could add 3, so there is only -1, and she has 4 dice now. So let's hope for the best here. And yes, she did it easily. So now it's getting interesting. And because I'm playing with these house rules, with these 2 piles, I decided to do this spell in the following way. I will be allowed to take a look at the top 2 cards of that pile and at the top 3 cards of that pile. So let's see, this is the next act begins, and this is, oh god, this is Mirages of Lakes, a weather environment. Well, okay, that makes it easy. So if we roll 5 or 6 in one of the next turns, the game is over. There's nothing we can do about it. We don't have to rearrange it. Was simply killed then. And here it's a headline, old building collapses, and that moon monster, but oh, by the way, that wouldn't count. So this is actually not part of the game. So let's see, we have the, yeah, that one is good. Another headline, and this is a gate burst. Oh man, that's bad. So we don't want this here, because the unnameable is already sealed. And that's a rumor. Rumors are also not a good thing. But I think it's still better than the gate burst now. And that is not part of the game. And that's a normal gate. And that is an urban environment card. Oh man. Let me see about that one. When this card enters play, place 5 monsters from the cup on it. Any player may choose to fight one or more of these monsters while in the Miskatonic University streets during the Arkham encounter phase. If defeated, they are claimed as monster trophies. These monsters do not move, are not considered to be on the board, and do not count against the monster limit. Ongoing effect. Place a monster on this card at the end of every Mythos phase. If there are no monsters in this card, return it to the box. Each player draws 1 skill. If there are 8 monsters on this card, return it to the box. Raise the terror level to 10, and so on and so forth. Okay. Well, to be honest, I think we're done here anyway. I think I'm gonna take this one on the top. Along came Jones with the gate opening at Devil's Hopyard. And then I think I will do the terrible experiment and the gate burst is the 3rd card. Man, that's frustrating. Okay, so let's see now, we can, yeah, that was actually her action, the arcane inside, and all she saw was a very dark future. Okay, and now we come to the movement action. And it stacks the Drake. And let me see, he could use this Vision quest. Cast and exhaust after ending your movement to take all clue tokens that are on the board in your current neighborhood. So he might go here to, let's say, to the Silver Twilight Lodge. And then he can do this, the vision quest, and oh, wait a minute. There is an easier way. He simply moves to the science building, gives away, and then he can do this. He can give away the gate trophy, and that would give him 2 clue tokens. And then we got Minty Pan, and she is delayed and lost in time and space. Oh man, what a what a terrible situation. We had a bad start. Then there was a little bit of hope, and now I think it's gonna be a really bad ending. Okay, so as I said, she's lost in time and space. So she won't move. Carol and Fern moves here, and Daryl Simmons also moves 1 space further in the Dreamlands. And then we come to the encounter phase, and as I said, Dexter Drake, he will spend the gate trophy to gain 2 clue tokens. And then he can also discard this magnifying glass. And it says, exhaust and discard after you gain a clue token to gain 1 additional clue token. Okay. So now he gains actually 3 clue tokens. And in theory, we now have 3 investigators that had enough clues to close the 3 remaining gates. But we also had a lot of bad luck in the last turns, so it doesn't look promising. There is no encounter for Minty. And now we have Otherworld encounters, and let's start with Carol and Fern. And that one is discarded. And yeah, that's we can draw every from every color actually. So this is Other, Lost Carcosa, City of the Great Race. The mystic energies of this place seem to have the power to rejuvenate you. You may discard 1 spell or unique item to restore your stamina to full. Well, that's not so interesting. The sanity would be better. So yeah, I think I won't do this. And then it's Daryl Simmons. And yeah, let's see. And that is the Dreamlands. The wind increases and you feel your feet go numb. Pass a fight -1 check or lose 2 stamina. So let's see, he only has a fight value of 2 right now. So, well, let's see. He has 4 stamina. And he didn't make it. So yeah, I'm wondering if I should try it again with the clue token. I mean, it's pretty hard for him anyway. I think he does. He tries it again, spends the clue token. Maybe he can do it. He didn't. Okay, so he loses 2 stamina. Okay, yeah. So that was the encounter phase, and now we come to the Mythos phase. And if I'm rolling a 5 or a 6, I have to draw from that pile. And our arcane insight told us game over. So let's hope for the best here. And that's a 1 again. Man, this is, in a way, that's damn frustrating. Okay, so that is now the Devil's Hop Yard. The gate opens there. And that's a standard gate to Relay. So sadly these 2 clue tokens go away. And we have to draw a monster. And that's a mummy. And that is pretty nasty. Oh man, look at this. Okay. And she's a stalking monster because of the pink frame. But right now there is no investigator in Dunwich, so there's no one to stalk. And then, because a gate opened, we have to place another doom token here. And second, we have to roll 2 dice for the special ability of Tsar. And that's a 4, so nothing special happens. And then let's do the movement. And there is these 2 symbols here. So first we have to roll for the color out of space if we lose the sanity. But this applies only to investigators in Arkham, and right now let's see if is there anyone in Arkham? Well, she's lost in time and space. These 2 are in the Dreamlands. Where is Dexter Drake? Oh yeah, he's in the science building, exactly. So he has to roll. And yeah, he loses 1 sanity, which is a little... yeah, that's not really good. Okay, anyway. And then we activate the Elder Thing, which moves up here. And that is good, because now we really can move here to this space. So Dexter Drake might go there in the next turn and try to close that gate there at the Unvisited Isle. That's pretty cool. And actually the situation is not that bad. I just see that right now. Because, well, that's really interesting. Because we all have to go... yeah, we all have to go through Lost in Time and Space. And that means that we can decide where to reappear in Arkham. So we can reappear easily in Dunwich, and we don't have to make our way here through the train station, which is badly blocked here by these monsters in the north side streets. So there is actually a good chance. Just go back here, go right onto the gates, and maybe I don't know, we just might need 3 or 4 turns. Somehow survive this. Man, that's so close. Okay, let's see. And then we got this circle. And this thing follows the black way, so that one goes back here, the crawling one. And we got the rat thing. And that's good, because if this is moving away from here, she could go right there and she won't have to fight that. So the red thing moves also one space right there. Let's see. The duel. Well, that's bad. That's a problem. The duel actually moves here. Ah. Yeah, it's... that's a tough one. I don't want to fight that. So I think I have to sneak past the duel somehow. Ah, that was... okay. More problems. And that's it. Yeah. And there appears a clue at Wizard's Hill, which is up here. And this is an environment. It says, along came Jones, the first investigator who ends his movement in the train station, draws one ally, then discards this card from play. Well, that's not a bad card. And I will place this token here, just to indicate that there is a special activity here in the train station. Okay, so after 2 more turns, my situation is quite desperate. Every time when I have to draw a Mythos card now, I have to roll if I draw from the King in Yellow pile or from the standard pile. 5 or 6 is the King in Yellow pile, and this would be the end of the game then. So every time I roll a 5 of 6 or 6 during the Mythos phase, the game is over. That's definitely frustrating. On the other hand, Minty Pan has 5 clue tokens, Carolyn Fern has 5 clue tokens, and Dexter Drake also has 5 clue tokens. They all could close and seal a gate, and that would be enough to win the game. Actually, Carolyn Fern can move right into a gate, because she has to go through Lost in Time and Space. The problem is that will take her a few turns. Minty Pan can move in the next turn into a gate, and Dexter Drake, I don't know, he got to pass somehow this duel. So we might need about, I'm not sure, 5 or 6 turns. To be honest, I've lost a little bit my hope. I don't think we can make it for so long. But sometimes crazy things happen, and the chances are not completely gone. So yeah, I hope you'll see the next video or videos, and until then, bye.